That's why one local newspaper is growing as others are shrinking. It tops tonight's look at Your Money, Your Business. Here's News Channel 8 and Portland Business Journal reporter Joe Smith.
Good evening, Amy. Sometimes in business, in order to survive, it must grow to compete. That's the case for Portland's Latin News. Advertisers wanted it, readers demanded it. What started as a twice monthly is now a weekly staple for many Hispanics. It's serving an underserved need that's paying off by reading into what the community needs. Like any newsroom, working on deadline leaves no room for delay.
I have to meet a deadline for printer.
It's Lila Alvarez's job to make sure this week's edition of Latin News hits newsstands on Thursday.
I have to have everything in by Wednesday at a certain time.
Just 12 years ago, the paper began as a monthly with a staff of just 2 out of the home of co-founder Carmen Liu and her husband.
I decided because, our community, they need to get information.
The need grew as the number of Latinos continues to grow in Oregon, about 10% of the population, now nearly 370,000 people. The paper now has a staff of 12 and is now a weekly.
There's a necessity. That's why, we provide more local news.
And while most U.S. Hispanic households are bilingual, most prefer to get information in Spanish. Just a couple of pages are printed in English. The paper has a circulation of 25,000 copies with a readership of 200,000. It's distributed from Eugene to Clark County in stores and on the street. This growth comes as major Anglo papers are seeing a decline in circulation, on average of 2% and more.
People also don't realize that there are a lot of Latinos who have the money to spend.
Josephine Herrera is a sales rep. Selling the paper to advertisers is getting easier. She's setting her sights on large corporate accounts to reach the growing Hispanic middle class.
We're going after people who are going to spend money, people who have income, who own homes, who buy cars, who have bank accounts, and that's growing. It's growing. It's going so fast.
A reason there are 3 other advertiser-supported papers focusing on the local Latino market. Each fills a different niche, but all are vying for limited advertising dollars and the same audience.
Your average Hispanic Latino family.
Now, in addition to the weekly paper, Latin News publishes a yearly Hispanic Business Yellow Pages telephone directory. You can read more about this story in this week's Business Journal on newsstands now. Also in Your Money, Your Business, in-store medical clinics are giving traditional doctors' offices a run for their money. An increasing number of Americans are turning to the health clinics inside stores like CVS, Walgreens, and Target for quick care. Nurse practitioners at the clinics treat basic infections and routine conditions. Here's the best part. The average wait time is just 15 minutes. The AMA says this new competition is forcing more doctors to expand their evening and weekend hours. And finally, in this age of DVRs and short attention spans, advertisers are trying to find new ways to sell their products. One company is trying video ads at the gas pump. Others have monitors